Welcome home,
you lah.
Vicky.
This is why you pay for a producer.
From right on whiskey. Thank you very much.
I sent screenshot in the voice text chat. Mark, why my Aman is like the old one different from your grey one, you see?
Gate Alpha 19er.
Respect Gate Alpha 19er, Singapore 73, thanks.
I updated my sector file I haven't online yet. Let me log on observer first. Close this.
And Singapore 713, contact Singapore ground on 124.3.
Ground 124.3, Singapore 713.
Recap 702, contact Singapore approach 124.6, bye bye.
Singapore approach 124.6, bye bye. Singapore approach
Where the fuck did my Euroscope go?
Passing 1,400 feet. Climb 6,000 feet, turn left 190.
Every time I start your sector file, I have to listen to your freaking national anthem.
Majulah Singapura.
Okay, pop quiz. What the fuck does your national anthem mean?
Ya lor.
I close this up, man. How to close this up? Yeah, this is how I insult you.
Saya makan sausage.
Hey, how I close the Aman? What's the command again?
Or F4.
Not share screen. That's the thing.
Or F4.
It's
Close
not
Aman or
coming
F4.
live. What permissions do you have preventing me from streaming?
That's funny. Oh yeah, you can't stream into this channel. Me too. That's funny. This fucker. He's like, hey, stream.
Change my own permissions. I am going to change.
That's funny.
Left heading
I'm gonna. I don't know.
How do I get the?
I'm
How do I get the
permission.
Aman up actually? I also don't have the Aman How do I get the Aman up? No, I think I closed the window at one point.
Yeah.
How do I get that? How do I get yours?
SOB was a grey one.
Yeah, how do I get it?
Exactly. I just downloaded the sector file from the website like just only. Then I just deleted everything in my old folder. And
Will
then
you just tell us how to open it?
Wait. How do I allow myself to stream? Why do I not see the permission? Voice channel chat. Boleh. Fucking discrimination towards VATSIM stuff kanina. Nah, I have this only. Okay. I close through the window. I close the entire window itself or what? Okay. Okay, click and then top left corner ICAO, type WSSS. Okay. Okay, so how do I so 20, right? Wait, how do I change the runway? Okay, what's active today? 20. 20, right, 20. Huh? Melan. Oh yes ah. Lanjiao. Sibei lanjiao okay, I don't need the conflict and risk display. I don't need my NOTAMs. I'm not going to on CPDLC. This one move away. Okay, what else do I need to configure? My arrival is F, huh?
One two three decimal seven, recap 702.
Expect speed control 180 to 8, 150 to 4. Ngam, I3. Wow, you save an I3. Requested rating too high. Today is 06. Okay. I'm using track audio for the first time. Let's see. Ow. What the? Wait, track audio uses a different configuration, man, not the AFV one. Are you serious? Windows? Why I cannot connect? Oh, it has to detect the connection first. Oh, pick the position name. So I have to manually click on TXRX. Wow. Oh, that's your hack lah. It's our hack. We okay. How? The gain, what is the gain? I don't need to touch that, right? The gain. I don't care. The what mode? Or like before lor. Yeah, like the old one. Anyway, no traffic, man. I'm disappointed. I expected. I think I had the false expectation from your mess file yesterday. Double. Oh. Oh. Uh-huh. And okay. Hang on, what frequency are you on? No. What position are you on? Approach, huh? Do I have an approach? Yours is which approach? No approach. Is my vector file the latest one? Latest one, gonna test transmit, see my volume.
Hello.
You think that? Okay, let's try. Hey, can see last station transmitted or not? Where does it appear? Oh, I got 4 transceivers. Oh, that's correct. Okay. This one, this is better. How do I delete the frequencies that I don't want, like all this? So if I add frequency, then I cannot remove them. Hover over, then press delete. Let me delete Singapore guy. Left click. Okay, title zone. Sorry, wrong language. Huh? You need to delete button also, right? The right side radio status I can delete, right? 新的手段。
还有这样子，
哎，你讲话了，我叫你讲讲。
我不要，为什么我要？
Do you want to attract more people to fly in your airspace? Because my girlfriend is in my seat.
Don't.
And I'm operating behind the PC. So I was like, okay, later when people call, I let you transmit.
That was John Summit closing it out. Coming up now, I got a decade for you, the 2010s. A little snapshot of the music of the era. Ariana Grande on
The fuck? Where is the sound coming from? For the WSS underscore 5 underscore GND add 是 add OK TXRX 按 TX 不是这个，关掉两个关掉啊，按上面那个你刚加的啊，按 TXRX 然后 speaker， 然后我的第一个 FF 的 TX 按掉 TX OK， 按这里 delete key， 按这里 delete key， 不是这个 key， 按这。
Hey, gentlemen.
Assalamualaikum.
So按
Hello? You're sus, I can hear that, you know. Hello? Fuck you, yeah. Hey, Ah shit, I say fuck you, then I forget what I was gonna say. Rouse frequency is his call sign Singapore control? Oh, he's a controller Infosys control. Okay, bye. I don't know. Okay, bye.
I'm sorry.
Bye. So what this thing 这个 software 就是帮我们 connect 去 web server 的这个是一个比较新的 software 来的。So what is 这个 RX 就是 receive TX transmit。Speaker 就是我 set 出来 speaker 的 output。Otherwise 它是 recommended use headphone 所以我不喜欢所以如果是我把这个 speaker 关掉，声音就会从我的荧幕出来，因为我 set 荧幕 as 我的 headset。我的荧幕有 speaker 的。所以这些是其他的位置neighboring 的，有时候我需要听的我就会传输进去那边看到它有一个 aircraft， depart 的在 push 了。走。所以我的 SP 就是这块那选不好。我要看它其他东西的话，我看整个的话。不是哪里有个洞。
Oh, there we go. Lol.
我这个连空了，我今天只需要看这样小的。你看你 reference 就是这个圆圈，这样小的而已。所以这边的条的就是你看这个蓝色线吗？进来，到了这个点，他们会要 manually 转进来，所以3个点的
Home.
Katunayaki. Who else is on this frequency? Sound off.
Singapore Tower, good evening, Singapore 27 at Tango.
Singapore 27 Singapore Tower, good evening. Surface winds 190 degrees 4 knots via Tango 1, runway 20 center, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Singapore 27, and can you tell me departure frequency?
Singapore 27, after departure, you can expect to contact Singapore approach on 124.6.
124.6, thank you.
That was Avicii closing it out. Gonna move on now to Katy Perry and some other Katy Perry like stuff.
Singapore 27, contact Singapore approach 124.6, bye-bye.
Singapore departure, good evening, Singapore 27, climbing through 800 to 3000.
Singapore 27, Singapore approach, good evening, identify, climb unrestricted, flight level 150, cancel speed restrictions.
Climb 150, Singapore 27.
Singapore 27, confirm climbing.
Heading 202, Singapore 27.
Singapore 27, negative, are you climbing?
Firm, climbing 150, Singapore 27. According to my VNAV pattern, that is. So we'll cross Samco at 4000.
Singapore approach, a very good evening. Singapore 739 heavy, flight level 160 with information Charlie.
Singapore 739, Singapore approach, good evening, descend to 7000 feet, QNH 1010.
Descending to 7,000 feet today to 1010, Singapore 739.
Singapore 27, contact Singapore radar 123.7, good day.
I can watch show and you can still fail during my CPTs. Ah.
That one is I got no comments.
Then
I'm
you need to retrain your student already.
that one I know. Huh? Who? What? Huh?
What?
Who? Does his surname have a Ng inside?
Maybe
I see.
something to do with Sierra Papa Foxtrot one.
Oh, I don't know. The one the sunscreen. I see.
Yeah, the sunscreen, correct. Hey, you never call me.
1193, right? I told him.
193, yeah.
Yeah.
193, right? 193.
Yeah, 193. He's on 193.
You not calling me?
You try call him lor.
Singapore 17 and a heavy passing 9,777.
Singapore 739, good evening. Singapore arrivals continue descend 3,000 feet, maintain current heading.
Descending 3,000, continue heading for Singapore 17.
Okay, whoever's doing the leaking audio, can you mute it, please? Thank you.
My bad. Hey, do you all hand off to tower? I should hand off to tower on the tag, right? Not just drop, right?
Okay, updated now. You hand over to the tower at 8 miles. Don't hand any don't hand any later. Don't hand too early also. About 8 to 10 miles hand over the tower. Once you hand over and it's like the what's it called? Silent handover, that kind of thing lah.
Oh, okay.
Because tower is no you already sequence for tower. They confirm have to accept. It's not like the other frequencies facilities that we need to see if we can accept or not because this VATSIM lah.
Your extended center line is 15 miles. 15 nautical miles.
16.
16.
So the second dash to the front at the 2005 there is the it's the 8 miles lor.
8 miles.
Between the arrow, that means between the funnel to the tick in front of it, there's 8 to 10.
Okay.
Radar recap.
Tower, good evening. Square 462 Tango 220 ready for departure.
Singapore 739, turn right heading 190, clear dialis approach runway 20 right, report established.
Singapore Tower, good evening. Square 462 Tango 220 center ready for departure.
Square 462 Singapore Tower, good evening. Surface wind 190 degrees 4 knots. Climb to 3,000 feet, runway 20 center, clear for takeoff.
You happy if, let's say, any go around, initial instruction, 3,000 feet runway heading down?
Good evening, Singapore approach. This is Red Cap 1793 with you.
Just letting you know.
Recap 17903 Singapore, approach good evening, descend to 7,000 feet, QNH 1010.
Roger, descend to 7,000 feet with QNH 1010. Red Cap 1793.
Recap 1793, high speed approved, till further advised.
Roger, sir, high speed approved. Red Cap 1792.
Isaac, why my Arman now showing VATCAP 1793 delay 3 minutes?
You take a screenshot.
Am I not streaming?
Bush, good evening. Square 462 airborne, climbing 3,000, Moscow 5 Bravo.
Squadron 462 Singapore, approach good evening, identify, climb 6,000 feet, turn left heading 110.
6,000 left heading 110, Square 462.
Oh, cannot stream here, I say.
Good job.
That was MKTO closing it out. Coming on now, here's some top music from
Squadron 462, climb to flight level 150, turn left heading 050.
Level 150 and correction, level 150 and left heading 050, Square 462.
Let's go to 462, turn left, proceed direct to Akoma, resume on navigation.
Direct Okuma and on resuming on navigation. Good at 462.
Ralph, are you here?
Muted.
Oh, great. Anyway, JS, those on high speed that needs high speed, I will send them in accordingly. You see the HS there, you know what is it.
Yeah. Hey, what's with Singapore 064 on the ground startup list? Somebody put sus in the scratch pad. Can I go and question the ground?
Later lah. Not important.
Not very busy, but let me just go up.
Let's go to 462, proceed direct subcar.
Direct subcast. Good at 462.
Let's go to 462, contact Singapore radar 123.7. Good day.
Radar 1237. Good at 462. Good day.
Recap 1793, contact Singapore arrival 119.3. Good day.
Roger, sir. Contacting Singapore arrival. Red cap 1793.
Recap 1793, 119.3.
Hey, radar.
119. Thank you.
Me?
On Nippon.
Oh shit, okay, thanks.
And 321.
Sorry.
Singapore approach today, May Cathay 109 and then up 190 for 160.
Cathay 1099 Singapore approach good evening. Descend to 7,000 feet. QNH 1010.
7,000 feet and QNH 1010, Cathay 109 and then.
Hi, C12, good morning. Hey, good evening.
Thai 312 Singapore approach good evening. Climb to flight level 150.
Climb flight level 150, Thai C12.
Thai 312 contact Singapore radar 123.7. Good day.
Contact Singapore radar 123.7. Thank you. Good day.
Remember to say call sign.
Thai Airways 312. Thank you.
Singapore 477, passing 2500 with you.
Singapore 477 Singapore approach good evening. Identify. Climb to flight level 130.
Flight level 130, Singapore 477.
My Euroscope just crashed.
I have a frequency.
Okay. The guy should recall established.
Can.
The red cap.
Approach, do you want us to contact tower now? Red Cap 1793.
Breaker 1793, maintain 150 knots to 4 mile final. Contact Singapore Tower 118.
Just crashed again.
Roger, maintain
Hey,
150
radar.
till 6 mile final. Contact tower 118.6. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Red Cap 1793.
Cathay 1099, request indicator speed.
230 Cathay 1099.
Cathay 1099, coming a bit broken, say again.
230 Cathay 1099.
Cathay 1099, roger, maintain 230 knots.
Maintain 230 Cathay 1099.
GS, you back already?
Stand by. Setting up.
You just let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
Singapore 447,
Singapore
climb,
447, climb flight level 150.
Okay, back.
You have.
Singapore 1099, the star restriction in 2003. You want me to do that instead?
Cathay 1099, negative, maintain 230 knots till
Yeah,
further
control.
advised.
230 North 1099, thanks.
And Cathay 1099, contact Singapore arrival 119 decimal 3, good night.
119, that's not true. And Singapore.
Singapore 447, contact Singapore radar 123 decimal 7, good night.
1237, Singapore 477, good night.
Singapore approach, Singapore 186, good evening, passing flight level 188 for 160 and inbound pass pool.
Singapore 96, Singapore approach, good evening, descend to 10,000 feet, QNH is 1010, reduce speed 250 knots.
Second, finish.
Singapore 96, QNH 1010.
Roger, descend 10,000 feet, QNH 1010, and reduce speed 15.
Singapore 96, confirm speed 250 knots.
Roger, 250, not Singapore 186.
Ralph, can I trouble you to hand me the planes on time?
Okay.
Leo, can we check Singapore 125 if there's a direct to Conson still? My side showing.
Don't have, I'll clear it for you.
Thank you.
I have a Thai 312 uncorrelated.
Where?
Oh, it's correlated again.
Approach, good evening, Vietnam 650, passing flight level 190 for flight level 160.
Vietnam 650 Singapore, approach good evening, and descend to flight level 150.
Descend level 150, Vietnam 650.
Vietnam 650, request indicator airspeed.
Indicated airspeed is 260 knots.
Vietnam 650, roger, maintain 260 knots until further advised.
Maintain 260 knots until further advised, Vietnam 650.
Singapore 186, descend 7,000 feet.
Descend 7,000 feet, Singapore 186.
Leon, Scooter 303, Singapore 321 can hand over to me at 250 knots. Vietnam 650, descend to 1,000 feet, QNH 1010.
Descend 110 feet, 1,000 feet, QH 1010, Vietnam 650.
Singapore 186, reduce speed 220 knots.
Singapore 186, I'm already at 220 knots.
Singapore 186, roger, contact Singapore, correction, Singapore 186, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
Singapore arrival 119.3, good night Singapore 186.
Good night. Vietnam 650, descend 7,000 feet.
Descend 7,000 feet, Vietnam 650.
Why are we directing everyone to Ilalo?
Create the sequence.
Okay. Wait, Ilalo, are you telling him to direct people to Ilalo or what?
He's asking.
Uh-huh.
So the like Vietnam behind Singapore 4 Tango is because it's slower, can direct Ilalo already. 4 Tango also direct to P-Bub, thanks.
Can.
Singapore approach, good evening, Scooter 303 and 17,000 for, or level 170, level 160.
Scooter 303 Singapore approach, good evening. Descend to flight level 130, reduce speed 220 knots.
Descent level 130, reduce speed 220 knots, Scooter 303.
Good evening, Singapore approach, Singapore 321, level 160, and speed 250 knots.
Singapore 321 Singapore approach, good evening. Discretion, maintain flight level 160, expect further descent in about 2 minutes, and reduce speed 220 knots.
Reduce speed 220 knots, Singapore 321.
Vietnam 650, contact Singapore arrival 119.3, good night.
Singapore arrival 119.3, Vietnam 650, good night.
Singapore 321, descend flight level 140.
Descent flight level 140, Singapore 321.
Scooter 303, descend to 9,000 feet, QNH 1010.
Descend 9,000 feet, QNH 1010, Scooter 303.
GS, do you click CA when you clear approach?
I forgot for 1099.
$10.
Give me rupiah.
Ringgit lah. Local.
Can.
Singapore approach, a very good evening. Scandinavian 402 descending through flight level 195 for flight level 160 and inbound PBAP.
Scandinavian 402 Singapore approach, good evening. Descend to 10,000 feet, QNH 1011, and request your indicator airspeed.
Indicated airspeed is 260 knots, and we were cleared down to 10,000 feet. Scandinavian 402.
Scandinavian 402, roger, maintain 260 knots till further advised.
Maintain 260 knots until advised. Scandinavian 402, thank you.
And all stations, be advised, QNH change 1011.
Request higher.
Cross transmission, QNH change, question, all arrivals on this frequency, QNH change 1011. Scoot 8, standby. You're saying, sorry?
Standing by, Scoot 8.
Scoot 8, contact Singapore radar 123.7, good night.
123.7.
Why your weather update so fast?
Good day, bye bye.
I don't know lah. Mine's the Mita, the thing 101 or change lor. Singapore 321, descend 7,000 feet.
Descend 7,000 feet, call 321.
Singapore 321, contact Singapore arrival 119.3, good night.
Arrival 119.3, thank you. Bye bye. ACOT.
ACOT. Yeah.
116, go around 3,000 feet, runway heading.
Singapore 116, 3,000 feet runway heading, contact Singapore, approach 124.6, call for release.
Roger. 3,000 feet runway heading, and then contact you 124.6, we'll call for release later.
Speedbird 485 departing 20 center, is it?
Ethan, Speedbird 485 rolling.
20285, 3,000 feet left heading 170.124.6 also.
Roger, after F1 left heading 170 and 124.6 over to you.
Firm. Information got go around.
Singapore 186, we just turned around and we are coming to 3,000 feet on no waiting.
You're saying?
Singapore 186, Singapore approach, climb to 4,000 feet, continue runway heading. Go around.
Yeah, I heard.
Runway heading, Singapore 186.
Can get a Tower 1 to hand over the Singapore 186 to me.
Okay, roger.
Scandinavian 402, descend 7,000 feet.
Descend 7,000 feet, Scandinavian 402, thank you.
Wait, hello, huh?
That was Eric Chip closing it out. Coming next, some artists that give me a new kind of vibe. Zed up
Approach, good evening, Speedbird 845 caller. Busy at 3,000 feet, must be 5 Bravo departure.
Speedbird 485, Singapore approach, good evening. Identified, climb to 6,000 feet, turn left heading 020.
Left heading 020, climb flight level, climb 6,000 feet, Speedbird 845.
Singapore 186, request indicator airspeed.
Singapore 186 230.
Singapore 186, roger, maintain 230 knots.
Maintain 230 knots, Singapore 186.
Singapore 186, turn left heading 110.
Left heading 110, Singapore 186.
Speedbird 845, climb flight level 150.
Flight level 150, speedbird 845.
To approach 747 Romeo with you 19, caution 2000 for 160.
Has lined up on runway 20 center earlier on, must 05 Bravo departure.
Standby. And my standard release clearance 20.
Roger, standard release clearance runway 20.
Singapore 8, sorry, Singapore 78 Romeo, Singapore approach, good evening. Descend to 1000 feet, QNH 1011.
1000 feet, 78 Romeo.
Singapore 186, turn left heading 060.
Left 060, Singapore 186.
Speedbird 845, confirm you're climbing to level 150.
Flight level 150, speedbird 845.
Speedbird 845, turn left, proceed direct Arcoma, resume on navigation, expedite climb passing 7000 feet.
Direct Akuma and vehicle speedbird 845.
Singapore approach, Singapore 125, descending 16,000.
Singapore 125, Singapore approach, good evening. Descend to flight level 160, stand by for further.
160, standing by for Singapore 125.
Singapore 125, reduce speed 250 knots.
Reducing 250 knots, 125.
Singapore 78 Romeo, reduce speed 220 knots.
220 knots, right, Romeo.
Speedbird 845, crossing 7,900 feet.
Speedbird 845, roger, and proceed direct to Arcoma.
Direct Akuma, speedbird 845.
Singapore 186, turn left heading 030. Correction, heading 025.
Heading 025, Singapore 186.
Singapore 186, be advised, QNH now 1011.
QNH 1011, Singapore 186.
Singapore 28, Singapore approach.
Isaac aircraft.
Stand by, huh? Canadian 402, contact Singapore arrival 119.3. Good night.
119.23 for Canadian 402. Thanks a lot for your support. Bye bye.
Sequence for Singapore 186 in the
Singapore
Singapore 28, Singapore approach, good evening. Identified, climb to flight level 150.
Time to flight level 150, Singapore 128.
Speedbird 845, confirm directing to Arcoma.
Akuma, can you get a heading for that speedbird 845?
Speedbird 845, you should be heading 325.
325, speedbird 845.
Speedbird 845, report once you are tracking for Arcoma.
Vehicle speedbird 845.
Singapore 96, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
Singapore 119.3, good night from 186.
Good night.
Speedbird 845 directing towards Oklahoma.
Speedbird 855, roger, standby. Speedbird 845, contact Singapore radar 123.7, good night.
123.7, good night, Speedbird 845.
Singapore 78 Romeo, descend 7,000 feet.
7,000 feet, Romeo.
Singapore 125, descend to
Isaac, can you give me a
1,000
bit
feet,
earlier so I can play with the...
Can you 1011 descend 1,000 feet, Singapore 125.
Huh, what?
Can pass me a bit early so I... Oh, this fella damn high eh.
Can, 11 can.
11 can. Just pass me early so I can track shot them.
Huh?
Yeah, I will shorten their track. I turn them early to 190.
Oh, chee.
Ah.
Just make sure it doesn't affect my departure can eh.
I won't one lah.
No, but this guy, the sequence is Scandinavian 186 then 78 Romeo leh. Don't trust Aman, right? Can be done. Your 186 must turn in now though.
Wait.
Singapore 125, descend 8,000 feet.
Descend 8,000, Singapore 125.
Singapore 78 Romeo, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
119.3, correct, Romeo.
Singapore 125, approximately 35 track miles to touchdown, expedite descent to 7,000 feet, and reduce speed 220 knots.
Speed 220 knots, expedite descent. Can you say the altitude again for Singapore 125?
Singapore 125, descend to 7,000 feet.
7,000 feet, Singapore 125.
Singapore approach, hello, Malaysian 645, leaving flight level 183 for 160 by Texas.
Malaysian 645, Singapore approach, good evening, descend to 8,000 feet, QNH 1011.
1011 down to 8,000, Malaysian 645.
Singapore 128, contact Singapore radar 123.7.
123.7 for Singapore 128, goodbye.
Right. Singapore 125, turn left heading 135.
Left heading 135, Singapore 125.
Singapore 125, contact Singapore arrival 119.3, good night. He's expediting.
119.3 for Singapore 125, thank you.
Okay. Where's 125 going?
I turn him lah, so you put me at 186.
And what?
Then just now you also don't to tie, you see now got 11 miles spacing, yeah. Can I 180 all of them should be fine lah.
Yeah, 135 shot.
The Malaysian from the east, I'm going to direct to B-pop.
Okay.
Malaysian 645, proceed direct to B-pop, descend 7,000 feet.
78 passing 1,600.
Cross transmission, Malaysian 645, proceed direct to B-pop, descend 7,000 feet.
Direct T-Bob, descend 7,000, Malaysian 645.
Scooter 278 Singapore, approach good evening, identified, climb to flight level 150, cancel speed restrictions.
Climb for level 150 unrestricted, Scooter 278.
Malaysian 645, request indicator airspeed.
290 knots.
Malaysian 645, roger, maintain 290 knots till further advised.
Maintain 290 until further advice, Malaysian 645.
Scooter 278, proceed direct Gures.
645 report, okay?
Who?
Malaysian 645.
Yeah, directing me.
Singapore, Vietnam 405, bound B-pop, descend to flight for 160.
Vietnam 405, Singapore, approach good evening, descend 7,000 feet, QNH 1011, request your indicator airspeed.
7,000 feet and 1011 and Vietnam 405.
Vietnam 405, request indicator airspeed.
We descending to 250, Vietnam 405.
Vietnam 405, roger, maintain 250 knots until further advice.
Maintain 250 to further advise, Vietnam 405.
Malaysian 645, contact Singapore arrival 119.3, good night.
Singapore arrival 193, Malaysian 645, good day.
Scooter 278, contact Singapore radar 123.7, good night.
Contact radar 123.7, good day, Singapore, Scooter 278.
That was Topic closing it out. Next here, I got some different artists, but similar in style. Sarah Bareilles leading off.
At this rate, don't need Rami 2 liao.
Need or don't need?
Don't need lah, need meh?
Don't think so.
Think so, don't need lah.
Don't think so.
Singapore departure Singapore 636, flight level climbing to 3,000 feet.
Singapore 636, Singapore approach, good evening. Identify, climb 6,000 feet, turn left, heading 090.
6,000 feet and that's heading, can you say again? Heading?
Singapore 636, heading 090.
Heading 090, Singapore 636.
Singapore approach, good evening. Singapore 629, flight level 190, descending 160.
Singapore 629, Singapore approach, good evening. Descend to flight level 130.
Descend level 130, Singapore 629.
Singapore 636, confirm, climbing to 6,000 feet.
Oh, sorry, climbing to 6,000 feet now, Singapore 636.
Singapore 636, no problems. Climb now to flight level 150.
Climb to 150, Singapore 636.
Singapore 636, proceed direct to Gotga, cancel speed restrictions.
Direct to Gotka, cancel speed restrictions, Singapore 6.
Singapore 629, descend 11,000 feet, QNH 1011.
On 1000 feet, QNH 1011, Singapore 629.
Leon, the Singapore 32 can direct to Paspu there already. I will handle him from there.
Record 123 parking 2000.
Who are you talking to?
Runway 20.
Recap 123 Singapore approach, good evening. Identified, climb to flight level 150.
Climb flight level 150, record 123.
Vietnam 405, contact Singapore arrival 119.3, good night.
119.3 Vietnam 405.
Singapore 636, contact Singapore radar 123.7, good night.
123.7 for Singapore 636, thank you, bye.
Recap 123, proceed direct Victor Tango Kilo.
direct to Victor Tango Kilo, right to 123.
Singapore approach descending past flight level 170 for 160. Current heading is 161, Singapore 382.
Singapore 382, Singapore approach, good evening. Descend to flight level 130. Continue on heading 160.
Descend to flight level 130, and can I get the heading one more time?
Singapore 382, continue on your present heading.
Continue on present heading, Singapore 382.
Singapore 629er, descend 7,000 feet.
Descend 7,000 feet, Singapore 629.
Recap 123, contact Singapore radar 123.7. Good night.
Singapore radar 123.7. Good night. Recap 123.
Singapore 382, descend to 9,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Descend to 90,000 feet and QNH one more time.
Singapore 382, QNH is 1011 and turn right heading 175.
Right heading 175, QNH 1011, Singapore 382.
Singapore 629er, contact Singapore arrival 119.3. Good night.
Contact arrival 119.3, Singapore 629. Thank you, good night.
Approach, good afternoon, Vietnam 6, correction 980, inbound, give up.
Vietnam 6, correction, Vietnam 980, Singapore approach, good evening. Reduce speed 250 knots, maintain flight level 160.
Maintain 160, speed 250 knots, Vietnam 980.
Approach, good evening, Vietnam 645, speed 280 knots, descending past flight level 185.
Vietnam 645, Singapore approach, good evening. Recleared, maintain flight level 170 and maintain 280 knots.
Maintain flight level 170 and speed 280 knots, Vietnam 645.
Vietnam 690 for sequencing, turn left heading 130.
Left turn 130, Vietnam 690, correction 980.
Speed faster, can. Vietnam 645, descend to flight level 130.
So flight level 130, Vietnam 645.
Singapore 382, turn right heading 180.
Right turn heading 180, Singapore 382.
Approach, Vietnam 980, request.
Last stage calling, say again with your call sign.
Vietnam 980, any chance I can maintain speed 260 knots?
Vietnam 980, confirm 260 is your minimum clean speed.
Affirm, we would like to maintain 260.
Vietnam 980, roger, maintain 260 knots, advise when able for a slower speed.
Okay, maintain 260 for now, thank you, Vietnam 980.
ECOT.
ECOT. It's ECOT.
Malaysia 645, runway 20 right, go around 3,000 feet, runway heading.
Malaysian 645, 4,000 feet, turn left heading 110, contact Singapore arrival. Correct, Singapore, approach 124.6.
4,000 feet, left heading 110, contact you, 124.6, confirm.
Affirm.
Thank you.
Anchor for release.
Roger.
Vietnam 6, correction, Vietnam 980, descend to flight level 140.
Level 140, Vietnam 980.
Singapore 382, descend 7,000 feet. Info doesn't go around.
I'm on the frequency, I can hear.
7,000 feet, Singapore 382.
Vietnam 645, descend to 9,000 feet, QNH 1011.
9,000 feet, QNH 1011, Vietnam 645.
Vietnam 980, turn right heading 180.
Vietnam 980, say again.
Vietnam 980, turn right heading 180.
Right turn 180, Vietnam 980.
And Vietnam 980, due to duplicate squawk, recycle squawk now 2261.
2261, Vietnam 980.
Singapore 382, contact Singapore arrival 119.3. Good night.
Was that for 382?
Singapore 382 FM, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
119.3. Thank you so much for your help, Singapore 382. See ya.
See you. Vietnam 980, descend to 11,000 feet, QNH 1011.
1011, Vietnam 980.
Singapore approach Malaysian 645, fly heading 1104,000, going around.
Malaysian 645, Singapore approach and maintain 4,000 feet, turn left heading 050.
Left heading 050, maintain 4,000, Malaysian 645.
Disregard. Record.
Then,
Release clearance 20, standard release.
Roger.
No, Vietnam 645, confirm you still want us at 280 knots.
And Vietnam 645 and reduce speed 220 knots.
Reduce speed 220 knots, Vietnam 645.
Vietnam 645, descend 7,000 feet.
Record.
And send 7,000, 645.
Record.
Vietnam 405, runway 20, right 3,000 feet, runway heading, go around.
Going arounding, Vietnam 405, 4,000, okay, 3,000 feet runway heading, contact Singapore arrival, correct, Singapore approach 124.6, call for release.
Confirm 4,000 feet runway heading.
Negative 3,000 feet runway heading 1246.
3,000 feet and runway heading 1246 for Vietnam 405, thank you. I swear this guy.
Malaysian 645, maintain 220 knots.
Maintain 220 knots, Malaysian 645.
Vietnam 980, descend 8,000 feet.
8,000 feet, Vietnam 980. Singapore, Vietnam 980, we are reducing now speed 250.
Vietnam 980, roger, maintain 250 knots, still further advised.
250, Vietnam 980.
GS, anyway, the plan is all the Vietnams followed by Malaysian, then the other Vietnam.
Singapore approach, Vietnam 405 on the
Copy.
runway, your right.
Vietnam 405, Singapore approach, climb to 4,000 feet, turn left.
645 was go around.
80.
4,000 and left heading 080, Vietnam 405.
You saying?
645 also go around.
Everyone going around, I don't know why.
What the heck?
Vietnam 645, contact Singapore arrival 119.3. Good night.
Contact the arrival 119.3, Vietnam 645.
Vietnam 980, turn right heading 195.
Right turn 195, Vietnam 980.
Record.
Beta Tower.
Standard release for runway 20.
Further release runway 20, thank you. Singapore approach, good evening. Scooter 309, making 160.
Scooter 309 Singapore approach, good evening. Descend to 8,000 feet, QNH 1011. Reduce speed 220 knots.
80,000 feet, QNH 1011. And reduce speed 220.
Batam using what runway now? 22.
Singapore approach, Vietnam Airlines,
04 lah.
04.
It's come. Vietnam 35 Alpha,
Roger.
Singapore approach, good evening. Maintain flight level 160.
Maintaining flight level 160, 35 Alpha.
Vietnam 405, turn left, heading 040.
Left 040, Vietnam 405.
Vietnam 980, descend 7,000 feet, contact Singapore arrival 119.3. The Malaysia and Vietnam, I help you sequence in a bit first, you continue your one.
Yeah.
Vietnam 980, affirm 7,000 feet and contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
7,000 to 193, Vietnam 980, thank you.
Malaysian 645, turn left heading 360.
Left heading 360, Malaysian 645.
Malaysian, Vietnam, followed by Malaysian, Vietnam, Scooter 309. And this one, Vietnam, Scooter, then Singapore 4 Tango. Sweet! Vietnam 35 Alpha, descend to flight level 130, reduce speed 220 knots.
130 and 220 knots for Vietnam 35 Alpha.
Malaysian 645, be advised, QNH now 1011.
QNH 1011, Malaysian 645.
Malaysian 645, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
Singapore arrival 119.3, hope not talk to you again.
Hopefully. Vietnam 405, turn left heading 030, reduce speed 220 knots.
030 and 0 knots, Vietnam 405.
Vietnam 405, speed 220 knots.
Speed 220 knots, Vietnam 405.
Simple approach, Scott 532, descend to flight level 160, speed 280.
Scooter 532 Singapore approach, good evening. Descend to flight level 140.
Descend to flight level 140, Scott 532.
And Scooter 532, reduce speed 250 knots.
Speed 250, Scott 532.
Vietnam 405, turn left heading 020.
Left heading 020, Vietnam 405.
Vietnam 405, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
119.3, Vietnam 405.
Singapore, hello, Skyways 2579 is leveling off 3000.
Skyways 2579 Singapore approach, good evening, identified. Climb to flight level 150.
Climbing flight level 150, Skyways 2579, cheers.
Scooter 309, descend 7,000 feet.
Descend 7,000 feet, Scooter 309.
Vietnam 35 Alpha, descend 10,000 feet, QNH 1011.
100, flight 1, yeah, flight.
Vietnam 35 Alpha, 10,000 feet, QNH 1011. Hello. Yeah, the Vietnam had to turn in early, yeah. We're gonna put the scoot right behind him.
Okay.
Thanks. Skyways 2579, turn left, direct Victor Tango Kilo.
Left turn, direct Victor Tango Kilo, Skyways 2579.
Singapore approach, good. Singapore Port Tango, highway. Flight level 210, descending to 160.
Singapore 4 Tango, Singapore approach, good evening. Descend to flight level 150, reduce speed 250 knots.
And Singapore Port Tango serving, so
Singapore 4 Tango, descend to flight level 150, reduce speed 250 knots.
150 and 250 knots, Singapore Port Tango.
Vietnam 35 Alpha, descend 8,000 feet.
Descending 8,000 feet, 3 Papa Alpha.
Scooter 532, descend to 9,000 feet, reduce speed to 20 knots.
3220, descend to 9,000 feet, short 522.
Scooter 309, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
Singapore arrival 119.3, Scooter 309.
Skyways 2579, contact Singapore radar 123.7. Good night.
Singapore radar 123.7, thanks Skyways 2579, see ya.
Singapore 195, maintaining level 160.
Singapore 195, Singapore approach, good evening. Due duplicate squawk to squawk
Lempo is actually briefing me.
2265, Singapore 195.
Singapore 95 identify, descend to flight level, maintain flight level 160 and reduce speed 250 knots.
Speed 250, maintaining flight level 160, Singapore 195.
Singapore approach, Cafe 261, fly level D has sit with you.
Cathay 261, Singapore approach, good evening. Identified, climb to flight level 150.
Climb to flight level 150, Cafe 261.
They got
Vietnam 980, go around due speed, and he is 3,000 feet when we 20 right.
Roger, Vietnam 980, 3,000 feet, runway heading, contact Singapore, approach 124.6.
3,000 feet, runway heading 24.6, thank you.
And call for release.
We'll call for release.
Singapore 4 Tango, reduce speed 220 knots.
Reduce to 20 knots, Singapore Port Tango.
Vietnam 35 Alpha, reduce speed 180 knots.
180 knots, Vietnam 35 Alpha.
Scooter 532, are you able to reduce speed now to 180 knots?
April.
Scooter 532, roger, reduce speed to 180 knots.
Reduce to be 180, good 532.
Singapore 4 Tango, descend 10,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Descend to 10,000, QNH 1011, Singapore Port Tango.
Cafe 261, turn left, proceed direct, Victor Tango Kilo.
Turn left direct to Tango Kilo, Cafe 261.
Approach Cadet Vietnam 980 on the go.
Vietnam 980 Singapore, approach, climb 4,000 feet, continue runway heading.
Hey, I say, I'm busy teaching MFC how to do his job.
Singapore approach.
What happened, huh?
Sending flight level 210 for flight level 160.
Nika, correction, Nismo 35 Singapore, approach, good evening. Reduce speed 250 knots.
Reduce speed 250 knots, Nismo 35.
Nismo 35, hold over, pass pool, left hand turn, 1 minute legs, expect 1 hold.
1 minute hold, left hand turn, in how much time, sorry?
Nismo 35, 1 minute legs.
1 minute legs, Nismo 35. And do you want us to do that hold now, or in a bit?
Nismo, next waypoint, pass pool.
Pass one, Nismo 35, oh, thanks.
Vietnam 35 Alpha, turn left heading 130, descend 7,000 feet.
130 and 7,000 feet, 35 Alpha.
Vietnam 35 Alpha, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
.3 Vietnam 35 Alpha.
Squadron 532, descend to 8,000 feet.
8,000, so 522.
Singapore 195, descend 1,000 feet.
1,000, Singapore 195.
Nismo 35, they reduce speed 220 knots.
220 knots, Nismo 35.
Vietnam 980, climb, correction, maintain 4,000 feet, turn left heading 050.
Left turn 050, maintain 4,000 Vietnam 980.
Squadron 532, descend 7,000 feet.
7,000, so 522.
Singapore 4 Tango for sequencing, turn left heading 130.
Left heading 130, Singapore for taxi.
Yeah, you're calling?
Yep. Release clearance for runway 20, I have one on the runway 20 center.
Clear, standard release clearance. Please tell them stop lining up if there's no release clearance.
They line up at the same time they go around.
Then tell me, but yeah, standard release 20. Squadron 532, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
119.3.
Singapore 4 Tango, descend 8,000 feet.
Descend 8,000.
Nismo 35, descend to flight level 130.
130, Nismo 35.
Singapore 195, descend 9,000 feet.
9,000, Singapore 195.
Vietnam 980, request your indicated airspeed.
Vietnam 980, speed 220 for now.
Vietnam 980, roger, maintain 220 knots.
Maintain 220 Vietnam 980.
Hello, Singapore approach 171 with you, descending through level up 160, sample.
Swiss 171 Singapore approach, good evening. Descend to 10,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Sending 10,000 feet, QNH 1011 for Swiss 171, and also can we get 20 left for 171?
Swiss 171, runway 20 left, currently closed as per real world. Confirm you wish to Fly current. Fly for runway 20 left. What am I saying?
I mean, I thought it might be a good idea to lessen up the traffic. But if we can get in there in the line, then we can use 20 right.
Swiss 171, as of this time, your sequence should be of no delay for runway 20 right.
Roger, then we will use 20 right for Swiss 171.
Swiss 171. Singapore 4 Tango, turn right heading 220, descend 7,000 feet.
Turn heading 220 and can we get the altitude again? Singapore 4 Tango.
Singapore 4 Tango, 7,000 feet.
Why the 4 Tango go so far?
Turning
7,000
now.
feet and
Everyone behind calling me.
I'm so sorry. Can we get
Okay.
heading again?
Singapore approach, good evening, Vietnam 650 with you, passing 2,000 or 3,000 feet.
Vietnam 650, Singapore approach, good evening, identified, climb to flight level 150.
Climb to flight level 150, Vietnam 650.
Singapore 4 Tango, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
Singapore 4 Tango confirm, turn right 220.
Singapore 4 Tango, heading 220.
Okay, heading 220, Singapore 4 Tango.
Singapore 4 Tango, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
119.3 for the arrival. Goodbye, Singapore 4 Tango.
Right.
Singapore approach, good evening, Singapore 137, flight level 230, commencing descent.
Let's say you're calling, say again your call sign.
Singapore 137.
Singapore 127, Singapore approach, descend to flight level 140.
Descent flight level 140, Singapore 127.
Swiss 171, reduce speed 220 knots.
220 knots for Swiss 171.
Singapore 127, reduce speed 220 knots.
Speed 220, Singapore 137.
Nismo 35, I expect one more hole.
One more hold, dispatch 35.
Singapore 195, descend 8,000 feet.
Approach Cathay 261, no joy.
Cathay 261, contact Singapore radar 123.7. Stand by.
123.7, Cathay 261.
Singapore 195, reduce speed 180 knots, descend 7,000 feet.
Speed 180, 7,000, Singapore 195.
Singapore 195, contact Singapore arrival 119.3. Good night.
Singapore 119.3 and confirm speed 180.
180 knots even.
Roger, 180 and 7,000, Singapore 195, thank you.
Singapore approach, Speedbird 611 passing 2,000 feet to 3,000 feet with you.
Speedbird 611, Singapore approach, good evening, identified, climb to 6,000 feet.
Climb to 6,000 feet, Speedbird 611.
Sequence for arrival, Singapore 195, then Vietnam 890.
195.
Cross transmission, Vietnam, Vietjet 183, Singapore approach, good evening. Vietnam 650, contact Singapore radar 123.7.
123.7 Vietnam.
Speedbird 611, climb to flight level 150. Speedbird 611, climb flight level 150.
Climb to 150, Speedbird 611.
Okay, Skoda 642, clear to depart, 3000 feet, runway heading, contact Singapore, approach 124.6.
6171, can we descend further?
3000 feet runway heading.
6171, standby due traffic.
For Scooter 642.
Walker for 616, receive 6000 feet.
Walker
What's the Nismo call sign? Nismo ah?
climb to 9000 feet. Yeah,
just
Nismo
Nismo.
35.
9000 feet,
Copy.
Walker for 676.
Vietnam 686, descend to flight level 130, reduce speed 220 knots.
Is it me or is everyone responding sluggish today?
Reduce speed 220 knots, descend level 130, Vietnam Airlines 686.
That one I'm not sure, huh? Singapore 127, descend 1000 feet, QNH 1011.
195, wrong runway, we are advised.
1000 feet, QNH 1011, Singapore 127.
195?
Approach any potential shortcut for 961, the Prosper going to Batam.
Follow full star bar. East
Okay,
ready
can.
MVJ.
195, like wrong runway, oh, it's changing.
Speedbird 611, contact Singapore, Singapore radar 123.7.
123.7, Speedbird 611. Good day.
Good day. And the other station calling, say again?
123.7.
And the other station calling?
Speedbird 611. Crossing 9000 feet, request continue climbing.
Walker 4676, proceed direct Victor Tango Kilo, standby for further.
Direct Victor Tango Kilo 4676.
Vietjet 183, descend 7000 feet.
Descend 7000, Victor 183. Confirm speed 611, contact 123.7.
Speedbird 61 FM 123.7.
Roger, 123.7, good day, Speedbird 611.
Good day. The KLM can hand over to me early, I need to hold over Cactus, unless you want me to do it. Disregard, just go in.
Nismo 35, no joy.
Nismo 35, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
119.3 is by 35.
Recap 705, due duplicate squawk, recycle squawk now 2205.
2205, recap 705.
Shanghai departures, good day, correction, Scooter 642 with you, flying runway heading passing 1400 for 3000.
Scooter 642, Singapore approach evening, identified, climb 6000 feet, turn left heading 110.
And left heading 110 and climb 6000, Scooter 642.
Walker 4676, climb flight level 150.
Climb flight level 150, Walker 4676.
Swiss 171, descend 7000 feet.
7000 feet for Swiss 171.
Vietnam 686, descend to 8000 feet.
Descend 800 feet, Vietnam Airlines 686.
And Vietnam Airlines 686, hold over Paspu, the next waypoint, left hand turn, 1 minute legs, expect one hold.
Singapore approach 463, level 230, descending level 160.
Scooter 463, standby. Vietnam 686, do you copy?
Hello, Vietnam 836, Gable 1 Bravo.
Standby. Vietnam 686, disregard last, turn left, heading 090.
Left heading 090, Vietnam 836.
Scooter 463, Singapore approach evening, they descend to flight level 160 and
Jet 183, no joy.
220 knots. What is going on with that?
Level 160 and 320 knots.
Decoy arrival.
Arrival standby.
Vietjet 183, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
119.3 with 0 entry. India.
Singapore 127, descend 8,000 feet.
Descend 8,000 feet, Singapore 127.
Scooter 642, turn left heading 020.
020, Scooter 642.
Singapore approach, Vietnam Airlines 686, repeat last transmission.
Vietnam Airlines 686, turn left heading 090.
Who called in arrival?
Tower here. Vietnam 980, 4 miles from runway 20 right. Reduced. He was reduced to minimum approach speed due to speed issues with his aircraft.
Hold, turn right now,
Copy.
direct to Lebanese.
How does that concern me?
Just letting you know because you were having limo ma. Whatever that is.
Oh, Nismo is good. Nismo is good.
Okay, okay.
Recap 705, descend to 9,000 feet. Correction, descend 9,000 feet, QNH 1011.
I hope nobody said monitor arrival because every single one coming to me, I have to call them first.
Damn weird. Vietnam 686, turn right, heading 150.
Right, heading 150, Vietnam Airlines 686.
Swiss 171, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
119.3 for Swiss 170.
Scooter 642, turn left heading 340, climb to flight level 150.
Approach from arrival, Swiss Air 171, no joy.
I just hand over, I'm busy sia. Walker 4676, contact Singapore radar 123.7.
123.7, 4676.
KLM 836, descend to 10,000 feet.
100,000 feet, KLM 836.
Uh, 20 center is not open for arrivals,
No need lah. Actually still can, this one is still manageable, honestly.
Yeah, he's trying to make it easy for me, but I think it will disrupt arrivals a
You
bit.
actually get worse. You open 2 center, it gets worse because you're modding some monitor. Then instead of 1 line, it becomes 2 lines.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So no, he should have requested. I said no.
Good evening.
Actually, I'd rather put in 686 first, then Singapore 127.
160 with you.
Stand by. Singapore 27, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
119.3, Singapore 127, good night.
Good night. Vietnam 7032, Singapore approach, good evening. Descend to flight level 130.
Vietnam 7032, descend to flight level 130.
Vietnam 7032, hold over pass pool, left hand turn, 1 minute legs.
Hold at pass pool left 1 minute.
Affirm.
Walao.
Sky approach, good evening, Red Cap 25 Whiskey with you, descending 160.
Destination calling, say again your call sign.
Red Cap 25 Whiskey.
Red Cap 25 Whiskey Singapore approach, good evening. Maintain flight level 160, reduce speed 220 knots.
Maintain 160 and down to 220 knots for 25 Whiskey.
Vietnam 7032, cancel the hold, continue on the star, descend to 9,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Vietnam 7032, cancel the hold and what?
Vietnam 7032, cancel hold, reduce speed 220 knots.
Vietnam 7032, cancel hold, reduce speed to 220 knots.
Singapore approach, good evening. Singapore 907 X-ray with you, descending par, flight level 1804160.
Singapore 907 X-ray, Singapore approach, good evening. Recleared descent, should stop descent at flight level 170.
Stop descent at flight level 170, Singapore 907 X-ray.
And Singapore 907 X-ray, hold over Paspu, left hand turn, 1 minute legs, expect 1 hole.
Hold over Paspu, left hand turn, 1 minute hold, Singapore 907 X-ray.
Vietnam 686, turn right, heading 250.
Right, heading 250, Vietnam Airlines 686.
Vietnam Airlines 686, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
Again, please, Vietnam Airlines 686.
Vietnam Airlines 686, arrival 119.3.
Contact arrival 119.3, Vietnam Airlines 686. Thank you, goodbye.
Right, recap 705, descend 7,000 feet, turn left heading 015.
You tell Vietnam 686 to turn.
Descend 7,000 feet, left 015, recap 705.
I sent me a text so early, but still under control. I thought they never call me.
No lah, they're trying to contact, but everyone keep calling me. Scooter 642,
Okay.
proceed direct Victor Mike Romeo.
Victor Mike Romeo, Scooter 642.
KLM 836 and reduce speed 220 knots, turn right heading 010.
Reduce speed to the 0 knots, right heading 010, KLM 836.
Recap 715, fly heading 010.
Was that for recap 715 or 705?
Recap 705, then fly heading 010.
010 for recap 705.
Recap 25 Whiskey, descend to 10,000 feet.
Descend 10,000 feet for 25 Whiskey.
Vietnam 7032, descend to 7,000 feet, expedite.
Vietnam
given
7,000 feet.
Copy.
And Vietnam 7032, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
Contact 19.3, goodbye.
Scooter 642, standby for a further climb.
Roger.
Scooter 463, level 160.
Scooter 463, descend to 11,000 feet. QNH is 1011.
1000, QNH 1011, Scooter 463.
KLM 836, descend to 8,000 feet.
Descend to 8,000 feet, KLM 836.
Recap 25 Whiskey for sequencing, turn left heading 110.
Left 110 for 25 Whiskey.
Singapore 97 X-ray, descend flight level 150.
Descend flight level 150, Singapore 907 X-ray. Do we continue on the hold?
Singapore 97 X-ray, say again.
Should we continue on the hold?
Singapore 97 X-ray, affirm and expect 1.5 holes.
Affirmative.
Singapore 9172 with you, passing flight level 180 for 160.
Singapore 9172, Singapore approach, good evening. Descend to flight level 160, reduce speed 220 knots.
Level 160, descend to 20 knots, Singapore 9172.
KLM limit 36, reduce speed 180 knots.
Reduce speed 180 knots, clear 836.
KLM limit 36, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
Over to 119.3, clear 836, bye-bye.
Bye. Recap 25 Whiskey, descend 9,000 feet.
Station for 25 Whiskey.
Singapore 907 X-ray, descend 10,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Descend 10,000 feet, QNH 1011, Singapore 97 X-ray.
Scooter 642, contact Singapore radar 123.7.
123.7, 642, have a good day.
Good day.
Singapore approach, good day, Prosper 961.
Prosper 961, Singapore approach, good evening, descend to 3,000 feet, Batam QNH 1012.
3,000 feet, Batam 012, Prosper 961.
They got
Singapore 127, runway 20, right, go around 3,000 feet, runway heading due, runway occupied.
727, 3,000 feet, runway heading 124.6, call for release.
3,000 feet, runway heading, call for release, for Singapore 127.
Where is my wake up 705?
Recap 705, contact Singapore, correction, turn left heading 270, contact Singapore arrival
Wrong
119.
PTT.
Oh, disregard.
Say again, contact?
Recap 705, turn left heading 270, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
Confirm Singapore 127.
Turn left heading.
Heading 170, confirm?
Stand by, stand by. Recap 705, turn left heading 270.
Turn left heading 270, Singapore 119.3.
Vietnam 7032, are you still on this? Vietnam 7032, are you still on this frequency? Just Vietnam is issue with you,
Vietnam 7032 with me, but I never follow instructions, screwed up the sequence, he's gonna go behind the 2.
Can. Then after KLM,
Affirm.
Super Green 121 Singapore approach, good evening, descend to 11,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Can you say again, sir?
Super Green 121, descend to 11,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Descend to 110 feet and KNH 1012. Super 121.
Scooter 463, then descend, correction, maintain 11,000 feet, fly heading 050.
11,000 and heading 050, Scooter 463.
Singapore 90172, descend 11,000 feet.
11,000, Singapore 917.
Singapore 9172, hold over Passpoo, left hand turn, 1 minute legs.
Hold over Passpoo, left hand turn, 1 minute legs. Singapore 917.
Recap 25 Whiskey, turn right heading 180.
54 with you, passing
Right 180 for 25 Whiskey.
60, Seat 1 Bravo, right.
Cross transmission, Recap 454 Singapore approach, good evening, descend to flight level 160.
Descend to level 160, Recap 454.
And Recap 454, reduce speed 220 knots.
I think we can drop Red Cap 25 Whiskey in between 836 and 7032.
Singapore approach, Vietnam.
No, send 7032 in first, bar.
8,000.
Easier. I descend down the 8000, call you now for recap. Calling C again.
Okay.
Vietnam 7308.
Vietnam 7308 Singapore approach, good evening. Maintain flight level 160. Hold over pass pool, left hand turn, 1 minute legs.
Maintain 160, hold up pass pool and left hand turn 1 minute, Vietnam 7308.
Affirm.
8 call Singapore 27 existing our control zone in 2 minutes.
Yeah, is he with me yet? He haven't contact yet. Singapore 27 Singapore approach.
Okay, never mind.
No, that's not for you.
Bro.
Descent for level 130, Vietnam 7308.
Singapore 90172, descend to 9,000 feet.
9,000 Singapore 9,000.
Vietnam 7308, reduce speed 220 knots.
Speed 220 knots, Vietnam 7308.
Scooter 463, descend 7,000 feet.
7,000 Scooter 463.
Standard release for runway 20.
Copy.
Scooter 463, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
Arrival 119.3, Scooter 463, good night, yeah.
Good night. Singapore 27, turn left heading 030.
heading 030 Singapore 127.
KLM in Vietnam, then Red Cab, then Scooter 463, then Singapore 97 X-ray. Singapore 97 X-ray, exit the hole and continue on the star.
Exit hold and continue on the star, Singapore 97 X-ray.
Vietnam 7308, descend 10,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Descend 10,000 feet, QS 1011, Vietnam 7308.
Super Green 121, maintain 3,000 feet, cleared IOS approach, runway 04, report established.
Maintain 3,000 feet and expect to ALS 04. Super Green 121.
Super Green 121, you are cleared for IOS, runway 04.
Clear for ALS runway 04.
Singapore 97 X-ray, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
Contact Singapore arrival 119.3, Singapore 97 X-ray. Thank you, bye.
Bye. Singapore 9172, expect one more hole.
We'll call one more hold, 9172.
Recap 454, when ready you can continue descend to 11,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Descend 11,000 feet, QNH 1011, recap 454.
Transfer 61, factor Ali Bravo.
Prosper 961, Roger, taxi via Foxtrot to Bay of Troyes, good day.
Foxtrot, for my birds today, Prosper 961.
Singapore 127, request your indicator airspeed.
Singapore 127, 207.
Singapore 127, Roger, maintain 200 knots until fair advice.
Speed 200, Singapore 127.
Singapore 127, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
119.3, Singapore 127, good day.
Good day. GI sequence number, you got it, yeah?
Yeah, what sucks? Wait.
Left heading to Patrick, for 3 minutes.
What you were saying?
The sequence number you can see on the tag, right?
Yeah, I can see.
Singapore 9172, descend 7,000 feet.
7,000.
Singapore 9172, exit the hole, proceed direct to Paspu.
Exit hold direct possible Singapore 9172.
Vietnam 7308, descend 8,000 feet.
Descend 8,000 feet, Vietnam 7308.
I got text. Singapore 9172, contact Singapore arrival 119.3, good night.
Singapore arrival 119.3, Singapore 9172. Bye bye.
Singapore approach, Malaysian 622, climbing 2000 for 3000.
Malaysian 622 Singapore approach, good evening, identified, climb to 6,000 feet, turn left heading 110.
6000, left heading 110, Malaysian 622.
Vietnam 7308, exit the hole, proceed direct to Paspu.
Exit hold direct pass for Vietnam 7308.
Malaysian 622, turn left heading 040.
Left heading 040, Malaysian 622.
Oh, tired already. Vietnam 7308, descend to 7,000 feet.
Descend 7,000 feet, Vietnam 7308.
Vietnam 7308, contact Singapore arrival 119.3, good night.
Contact Singapore arrival 119.3, Vietnam 7308, good day.
Singapore Control Malaysia to Athang Nadim, Alpha Echo 3, Delta Alpha to Kuala Lumpur SL.
Indonesia 22 Singapore approach, good evening. Just to double check, do you have the latest AREC cycle?
F1 slot.
Indonesia 22, rudder standby.
Super Green 121, starbase runway 04.
Super Green 121, surface wind at Batam 230 degrees, 3 knots, QNH now 1013, runway 04, cleared to land.
Clear to land. QNH 1013. Super Green 121.
Malaysian 622, climb to flight level 150. Wow, busy.
Climb flight level 150, Malaysian 622.
Malaysian 622, turn left heading 320.
Left heading 320, flight level 150, Malaysian 622.
Sorry, the Malaysian gonna cut in a bit.
Where did I?
East of your runway.
Oh, not my problem.
6,000, as in 6,000, just let you know lah. Oops.
Hey, if I say I hand late, I'm busy complaining to Wicket.
It's okay, a lot of space. Thank the Aman. I lazy think already. Recap 454, descend to 8,000 feet. QNH 1, correction. Descend 8,000, QNH now 1011.
Descend 8,000, QNH 1011, recap 454.
Malaysian 622, proceed direct subcar.
Direct subcar, Malaysian 622.
Recap 454, descend 7,000 feet.
Descend 7,000 feet, recap 454.
Indonesia 22, Singapore approach.
Go ahead.
Indonesia 22, I will send you a new flight plan via private message. Let me know if you can accept.
Okay, sir.
Recap 454, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
Singapore arrival 119.3, recap 454. Thank you, bye bye.
Right. Malaysian 622, contact Singapore radar 123.7. Good night.
Singapore radar 1237, Malaysian 622. Thanks, good night.
Singapore Malaysia, I'm back new flight. Dekat Safar to Lumpur as now.
Indonesia 22, roger, stand by for clearance.
Stand by.
Super Green 121, circuit runway 5 Charlie.
Super Green 121, roger, taxi via Kilo to
Isaac Scooter 467, high speed, can rock.
Approve.
Approve, thank.
Taxi 25 kilo, thank you.
Indonesia 22 surface wind at Batam now 230 degrees 3 knots. Advise your preferred runway.
Standby. Indonesia 22 prepare runway 04.
Indonesia 22, roger, and you are cleared to Kuala Lumpur from runway 04 via radar vectors to Victor Tango Kilo. Expect flight level 240, squawk 2201. Oops.
Squawk 201, runway 04. Victor Tango Kilo, Indonesia 22.
Indonesia 22, confirm radar vectors to Victor Tango Kilo.
Affirm, Victor Tango Kilo, Indonesia 22.
Indonesia 22, reback, correct, call for pushback.
I will zero call for pushback, Indonesia 22.
Indonesia 22 is confirmed ready for pushback now?
Yes, sir.
Indonesia 22, roger, traffic super green. Question, CityLink Boeing 737 is docking to the bay on your right shortly. Once it is fully docked, pushback approved, and taxi to holding point Echo, runway 04, report ready for departure.
Pushback approved. The holding one Echo, report when departure, Indonesia 22.
You can tell very busy, yeah.
Thank you, whoever that gave us this breather. I need it.
Hey, the Scooter 566 are cutting all the way, ah.
Singapore 189, flight level 160.
Singapore 189 Singapore approach, good evening, descend to 8,000 feet, QNH 1011.
8,000 feet, QNH 1011, Singapore 189.
Singapore 189, request your indicator airspeed.
Indicated airspeed 325, Singapore 189.
Singapore 189, roger, and maintain 280 knots or greater until further advice.
280 knots or greater, Singapore 189.
Singapore approach, Singapore 183 with flight level 160.
Singapore 183, Singapore approach, good evening, descend to 9,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Descend 9,000 feet, QNH 1011, Singapore 183.
Singapore approach, good evening, Scooter 467, passing flight level 1901 for 160.
Scooter 467, Singapore approach, good evening, and descend to flight level 130, proceed direct to Batam.
Descend flight level 130 and proceed direct Batam, Scooter 467.
Who, what, where, how? Singapore 189er, reduce speed 220 knots.
220 knots, speedbird, apologies, Singapore 189.
Singapore 183, reduce speed 250 knots.
Reduce speed 250 knots, Singapore 183.
Singapore 3152, reduce speed 250 knots.
Reduce speed 250, Singapore 152.
Singapore 3152, descend to flight level 130.
Descend to flight level 130, Singapore 152.
Singapore approach, Singapore 1901, good evening with you, passing 183 for 160.
Singapore 191, Singapore approach, good evening, descend to flight level 140 and report your indicator airspeed.
Descend to 140, indicator airspeed 337 for 1901.
Singapore 191, roger, reduce speed 250 knots. I was so lazy, but he's not bad, like, he's executing instructions.
Singapore 1901.
Can't complain.
412 heavy, sorry. Singapore approach, also 12 heavy, climbing to 3000 via the Nature 8 beta departure.
Velocity 12 Singapore approach, good evening, identified, climb to 8,000 feet and cancel speed restrictions.
Velocity 12 second.
Velocity 12, climb 8,000 feet, cancel speed restrictions.
Climb 3,000 feet, cancel speed restriction, velocity 12 heavy.
Singapore 189er, contact Singapore arrival 119.3, good night.
119.3, Singapore 189, thanks.
Bauhina, oh no, I can. Ugh! Disgusting. There. There we go. Singapore 183, reduce speed 220 knots.
Reduce speed 220 knots, Singapore X3.
Singapore 3152, reduce speed 220 knots, descend 10,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Descend to 10,000 feet, airspeed 220, QNH 1011, Singapore 2152.
Affirm. Velocity 12, confirm climbing to 8,000 feet.
Contact 8,000, velocity 12 heavy.
Oh, that's quite a bit iffy.
Wow, the Suda 565, I don't think he can make it, right? 7,000 at this
Might
pace.
not be able, he's quite fast also.
Yeah, he's too fast. We're gonna let him overshoot.
That guy's always sus.
Oh.
I can't
Oh,
remember.
this guy.
I did ask him to go down early though. But whatever lah.
We're gonna let him cross localizer and then re-establish behind the whoever's cooking 5705.
Huh? Who? You cannot see me?
I haven't double clicked with that.
You have it now. Singapore 3 descend
Singapore
to
3.
7,000 feet.
Descend 7,000 feet with Singapore X3.
Singapore 3, contact Singapore arrival 119.3, good night.
Contact arrival 119.3, Singapore X3, good day.
Singapore 467, flight level 130.
Scooter 467, descend to 7,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Descend 7,000 feet, QNH 1011, Singapore 467.
Scooter 467, for sequencing, reduce speed 220 knots.
For sequencing 220 knots, Singapore 467.
Singapore 1901, flight level 140, apologies for the chat, I made a mistake.
Singapore 901, no problem. Descend now to flight level. Caution, descend now to 9,000 feet. QNH is 1011.
Descend 9,000 feet, QNH 1011, Singapore 191.
Singapore 191, reduce speed 220 knots. Singapore 191, reduce speed 220 knots.
Reduce speed 220 knots, Singapore 191.
Velocity 12, climb to flight level 150, proceed direct Gures.
Velocity 12. Second.
Velocity 12, proceed to Gures, climb to flight level 150.
climb flight level 150 direct grass, velocity 12.
Four 7 miles. Scooter 467, proceed direct to Doven.
Proceed direct Dover, Scooter 467.
Good evening, flight 113, flight level 150.
Standby break, Singapore 3152, descend 7,000 feet, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
Contact Singapore arrival 119.3 and descend to 7,000 feet, watch 152.
Firefly 113 Singapore, approach good evening, and maintain flight level 150, high speed approved till further advised.
Flight level 150, high speed approved, Firefly 112.
Firefly 113, proceed direct to Agrot.
Direct to I've got Firefly 113.
Velocity 12, contact Singapore radar 123.7, good night.
Contact Singapore radar 123.7, velocity 12, good night.
Scooter 467, contact Singapore arrival 119.3, good night.
Contact arrival 119.3, Scooter 467, good night.
Singapore 191, descend 7,000 feet.
Descend 7,000 feet, Singapore 191.
Singapore 901, contact Singapore arrival 119.3, good night.
Contact Singapore arrival 119.3, Singapore 901, thanks for ATC service, have a good day, bye bye.
We really need the master and slave. It will really help.
One way is turning in, so.
Very good. Know what to do. Thank you. Firefly 113, just confirm directing to Agrot on the star.
Confirm, sir. Turning to Agrot.
Roger. I just realized Firefly is a ATR.
Singapore initiator to ready for departure.
ATR, ask him to go Seletar play lah.
Alright. Indonesia 22 second.
We have ready for departure.
Yeah, I was like, I have a present for you,
Indonesia 22,
but they didn't
Roger, squad
respond.
mode, Charlie.
Hi.
Easy lah.
Kau mau cari initiator tu?
Indonesia 22, surface wind 220 degrees 3 knots, climb 3,000 feet, continue runway heading, runway 04, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 04, initiator tu.
Indonesia 22, climb to 3,000 feet and continue runway heading.
Climb 3,000 feet, continue runway heading, initiator tu.
Do you have any objection I find Firefly by Lilip instead?
Lilip. Is he going to go into Changi or what?
Yep.
Got slot for him, meh?
Just squeeze only lor. Then there's a lot of slots now already lah.
Lilip. He will come in after the Bohemia, right?
Before. If you go now lah.
Should be able.
Either before or after we see again lor, but okay lah.
I think he'll be after lah, damn slow what.
Can, no issue. I'll just turn him now lah.
Can.
Firefly 113, cancel start, expect vectors to Changi, turn left heading 070.
Turn left to 070, expect vector Firefly 113.
Indonesia 22 identified and continue. Correction. Fly heading 360, climb to 6,000 feet.
Singapore Buccaneer 767 descend to flow 1.
Sorry, did I hear correct? We're taking Lilip again?
Cross transmission, Bahina 767, standby. Break. Indonesia 22, climb to 6,000 feet, fly heading 360. Only for the guy.
Heading 360, climb 6,000 feet, initiated.
Bahina 767, Singapore approach, good evening. Descend to flight level, correction, descend to 7,000 feet, QNH 1011.
7,000 feet, QNH 1011, Buccaneer 767.
So when people start turning B-pop direct to the ILS fix means they deleted the discontinuity, right?
Yep. Indonesia 22, climb to flight level 150.
I'm doing a tango dance there.
Climb flight level 150, initiated.
Firefly 113, descend to 11,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Descend to 11,000, QNH 1011, Firefly.
Indonesia 22, turn left heading 330, expedite past 7,000 feet.
So left heading 330, initiated.
Indonesia 22, and to expedite past 7,000 feet.
Sorry, say again, sir.
Indonesia 22, expedite your climb passing 7,000 feet.
Passing 7,000, initiated.
Approach, Singapore 426 with you, passing 2,300, coming for 3,000.
Singapore 426, disregard. Singapore 426, Singapore approach, good evening. Identified, climb to 6,000 feet.
6,000, Singapore 426.
Actually, Singapore 29 can Lilip lah, no issue.
Okay.
Far away.
Say again?
The Singapore 29 can Lilip.
Oh.
Indonesia 22, climb to flight level 150.
150, jet 22.
Singapore 426, climb to 7,000 feet.
7,000, Singapore 426.
Singapore 426, turn left, proceed direct Victor Tango Kilo.
Left direct Victor Tango Kilo, Singapore 426.
Singapore approach, good evening, Singapore 185, inbound to P-Bob, descending flight level 120.
Singapore 185, Singapore approach, good evening, descend to flight level 130.
Descend flight level 130, Singapore 185.
Singapore approach, good evening. Singapore 424, climbing 2000 for 3000, also 5 Bravo.
Singapore 424, Singapore approach, good evening, climb to 6,000 feet.
6000 feet, Singapore 424.
Indonesia 22, proceed direct Victor Juliet Bravo.
Direct Victor Jet Bravo initiated.
Indonesia 22, proceed direct Victor Juliet Bravo.
Direct Victor Jet Bravo initiated.
Firefly 113, descend 7,000 feet.
Descend 7,000, Firefly 1.
Firefly 113, request your indicator airspeed.
200.
Firefly 113, roger, maintain 200 knots until further advised.
Maintain 200 until further advised, Firefly 1.
Singapore 426, climb to 10,000 feet.
10,000 feet, Singapore 426.
Marina 767, reduce speed 220 knots.
220 knots, Marina 767.
Marina 767, contact Singapore arrival 119.3. Good night. Marina 767, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
119.3, Marina 767.
Singapore 424, climb to 10,000 feet.
Climb 10,000, Singapore 424.
Singapore 426, climb to flight level 150.
150, Singapore 426.
Singapore 424, turn left direct Victor Tango Kilo.
Left direct Victor Tango Kilo, Singapore 424.
Singapore 185, reduce speed 220 knots, descend to 9,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Reduce speed to 220 and descend to 9,000 feet, QNH 1011, Singapore 185.
If
Can I close after Singapore 5123?
Singapore approach hello, Singapore 129.
Yay!
That's my plan too.
Singapore 29, Singapore approach,
Excellent.
good evening, descend to 8,000 feet, QNH 1011.
8,000 feet.
I don't know about you, I'm gonna have my post-event debrief. I take out my brief and I thought I'd take a shit.
Singapore 129,
Oh, I
request
really need to
indicator
poop right now.
I take over you.
I don't mind.
Singapore 129, apologies coming, broken, say again.
Say again please for Singapore 129.
Singapore 129, apologies, you're coming in broken, can you say again your speed?
Speed 255 knots, Singapore 129.
Singapore 129, roger, maintain 250 knots until further advice.
250 knots, Singapore 129.
Indonesia 22, contact Singapore radar 123.7.
123.7, initiated, thank you.
Singapore 424, climb to flight level 130.
Climb to flight level 130, Singapore 424.
Firefly 113, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
119.3, Firefly 113.
Singapore 129, proceed direct Bidus.
Direct Bidus, Singapore 129.
Singapore 426, contact Singapore radar 123.7.
123.7 Singapore 426. Good day.
Good day. Singapore 424, climb flight level 150.
Climb flight level 150, Singapore 424.
Singapore 424, contact Singapore radar 123.7, good night.
Contact Singapore radar 123.7, Singapore 44, good day.
Ah, these stupid directs. Huh.
Singapore 513, we are sending to flight level 160, dial to be up.
Singapore 5123, Singapore approach, good evening. Descend to 10,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Descend to flight level 10, QNH 1011, Singapore 523.
Give up. Singapore 129er, descend 7,000 feet.
Descend 7,000 feet, Singapore 129er.
Singapore 129er, contact Singapore arrival 119er.3, good night.
119er.3 for Singapore 129er, goodbye.
Singapore 185, descend 8,000 feet.
Descend 8,000 feet, Singapore 185.
Singapore 185, contact Singapore arrival 119er.3, good night.
Contact level 119, decimal 6, yes, sorry, decimal 3?
Singapore 185, 119er.3.
119er.3, Singapore 185, thank you, and good night.
Good night. Well, I just realized I was muted here.
Yeah, that's why I had to text you.
I
Okay,
see.
Ralph, I know traffic on my airspace. You want to come take over?
I mean, there's also no traffic in radar airspace. So...
Oh, you also don't have a. Oh, okay. Okay, whatever. I got nothing to hand off. I just chow, okay?
Yeah, shut
Hey, shit, the red cap 123 is back. Hi, yeah, 1 second.
Aha, he's turning that way.
Okay, I'm shutting down 8 radar.
Hey, thanks, Ralph.
Singapore 42, good day, airborne passing 1400, RSO 5 Bravo departure.
Singapore 422 Singapore, approach good evening, identified, climb to flight level 150.
Climb flight level 150 for Singapore 422.
I'm gonna fly.
Exactly.
Have fun. The sequence was perfect, yeah. You can make it one.
Attempt direct land lip, descend 160.
Ladder. Recap 123 Singapore approach.
Indonesia 22. Wow.
America 123 Singapore approach. I'm currently descending to flight level 160. 25 nautical miles out from Boba.
Recap 123, you were cleared by the Lilip 3 Bravo arrival. Confirm still able to accept.
Still able to accept level 3 Bravo arrival.
Recap 123,
Yay,
Roger. We declared
event
Lilip 3
over.
Bravo arrival. Proceed direct to
I go and shit.
Gunpu.
See you later.
Direct to Gunfu. Recap 123.
Singapore 422, proceed direct to Akoma.
Proceed direct Hakoma for Singapore 422.
He also offline ah? Yep. Singapore 422, climb to flight level 240.
240 for 422.
Recap 123, seems you're not turning into the Lilip Star. Recap via radar vectors. Turn left heading 115.
Turn left heading 115, sorry. Recap 123.
Singapore 5123, descend 7,000 feet.
7,000 feet, Singapore 5123.
Singapore 5123, reduce speed 220 knots.
220 knots, Singapore 5123.
Very good evening, Singapore approach, Scooter 473, reduce flight level 230, passing waypoint Topo, information hotel.
Scooter 473 Singapore approach, good evening. Cleared to Singapore, Lilip 3 Bravo arrival, expect ILS runway 20 right.
David 3 Bravo arrival, ILS 20 right for Scooter 473.
Scooter 473, reback correct. When ready, descend to flight level 160, report
Firefly
leaving
asked to
level
disconnect.
230.
Freaking flying into my sequence.
When ready, descend flight level 160, when descend, report at 230, Scooter 473.
Singapore approach, good afternoon, Indonesian 455, climbing 3000.
Indonesia 455 Singapore approach, good evening. Climb to flight level 150. Cancel speed restrictions and altitude restrictions.
Roger, climb flight level 150 and cancel speed and altitude restrictions, Indonesian 455.
So is Lumpur still on or what? Eh? What are the line? Huh. Recap 123, turn left, heading 080.
Recap
123, turn left, heading 080.
Turn left heading 080, recap 123.
Singapore 422, contacts Lumpur radar 132.8, good night.
132.8, good night.
Approach 5123, no joy.
Singapore 5123, contact Singapore arrival 119.3.
119.3, Singapore 5123.
Contact you now.
Singapore approach, Singapore 907 X-ray with you, climbing through flight level 20 for flight level 30.
Singapore 907 X-ray, Singapore approach, good evening, identified, climb to 6,000 feet, turn left, heading 090.
Climb to 6,000 feet, turn left heading 090, Singapore 907 X-ray.
Indonesia 455, turn right, heading 270.
Roger, right turn heading 270, Indonesian 455.
Singapore 907 X-ray, proceed direct to Gotga, climb to 9,000 feet.
Approach, can give red cap 12320 center.
And climb to 9,000 feet, Singapore 907 X-ray.
Recap 123 ah?
Yes.
Oh.
Approach Scooter 473, descending now flight level 160.
Scooter 473.
If he go 20 center, Scooter 473 can direct reduce there.
Standby. Recap 123, are you able to accept the ILS approach runway 20 center?
I'm able to accept 20 center, recap 123.
Recap 123, roger, expect ILS approach runway 20 center, descend to 7,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Recap 123, descend to how much again, sorry?
Recap 123, 7,000 feet.
If able, ILS 20 center, descend to 7,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Recap 123, QNH if I'm 1012 now just changed. There. Indonesia 455, climb to flight level 300.
Roger, up to flight level 300, Indonesia 455.
And Indonesia 455, proceed direct to Mibel.
Roger, proceeding direct to Mibel, Destination 455.
Recap 123, turn left heading 030.
Turn left heading 030, recap 123.
Scooter 473, proceed direct to Bidus, descend to 7,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Direct Bidus, continue descend 7,000 feet, QNH 1012, Scooter 473.
Singapore 907 X-ray, climb to flight level 310.
Climb to flight level 310, Singapore 907 X-ray.
Recap 123, contact Singapore arrival 119.3. Good night.
Contact approach 199. Sorry. Singapore 199.3, recap 123. Good night.
Scooter 473, contact Singapore arrival 119.3. Good night.
119.3, thank you very much for good night, Scooter 473, ciao.
Yep. Indonesia 455, leaving my
Isaac,
airspace
going
shortly.
upstairs,
Monitor Unicom 122, that's correct. Monitor advisory 122.8. Good day.
Roger, Mr. Advisory. Thank you for the service. Indonesian 455.
Singapore 97 X-ray, likewise leaving my airspace shortly. Monitor advisory on 122.8. Good day.
Advisor on 122.8. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Bye.
I'll just close now lah, no point. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye bye.